So to build the application in Flutter, first we have to set up the development environment in the system. So currently I am using macOS. So we are going to install Flutter in the macOS. So to do that, we need to search install Flutter macOS. So it will give you the first link. Yeah, so these are the steps you need to follow to install the Flutter. So these are the binaries you will need, or you can say tools, to install the Flutter and upgrade the Flutter as well. So as you can see here, you need to download this zip file, and you need to create one development folder inside your home directory, and just you need to unzip that zip file. Or you can do the clone as well using the git, and you can also use the specific branch as well. So let me show you that which I have done. So if you see that here I am in the home directory, and if you see that there is one folder, capital D, development, sorry, yeah, here it is. Now I am going to development branch. So as you can see here, I have unzipped that folder, and there is Flutter named folder is created, and in which you will have everything. Currently I am following the stable branch. You can use any branch you want. Just you need to export the path of this folder, bin folder. So basically you need to export like this path, then $path, and sorry, here it is equal to, then colon, and then you need to provide like this: users, my name is a home directory, then development flutter bin. Okay, so that's how you need to export this path, and the Flutter binary will be available to execute anywhere. So currently if you do like this way, it will be allowed only in this shell. If you want in each cell, then you need to write this line into your bash profile. So where it is available, so basically in home directory there is one base profile file is there. If it is not there, you can create by using the touch command or directly vi command as well. So just write this vi and the path of this bash profile, and you will see here Flutter. Okay, so here it is. If you see, I have already added path of Flutter. Okay, so that's how you can add, and it will be available in the all bash whenever you create the new bash. Okay, now let me go to the directory where I am going to create the project. So okay, now as you can see, if you hit this command which Flutter, it will show you that where this Flutter binary is available. So that means we are able to use this binary here as well. Now what you need to do, first there is one command provided by Flutter you need to hit. It will tell you that your ID or your development environment is ready or not. So it's a good command provided by Google, Flutter Doctor. So whenever you hit this command Flutter Doctor, it will check all the required facilities which will allow you to debug or develop the application or run the application in the mobile as well as the emulator or simulator. So as you can see here, which channel you are using of the Flutter technology. Currently it is stable channel, and we are using 1.17.1 version, and this is the macOS version. Now if you want to develop and build the application for Android, then you need to install Android Studio. Once you install the Android Studio, Android SDK version will be also there, and you need to set the path of Android Home. Then you should have Xcode for the building iOS application or macOS application, right? So then I have two Visual Studio Code installed. So it is also showing that this both the VS Code has extensions required installed. So there are two extensions you need to install in the Visual Studio Code or Android Studio. So both of them you can use the build application for iOS as well as Android. Currently I have already one connected device, which is iOS simulator, which will be available when you install the Xcode. Okay, so now let's go and create one application here. So before creating any blank application, I will show you Visual Studio Code where you need to install extensions. Okay, so if you go to this extensions, you need to write Flutter. Once you hit the write the Flutter, it will show this extension which will be available, and it allows us to install the Flutter application and debug the application. So as you can see, Flutter supports and debugger for Visual Studio Code. Okay, so once you install these, it will maybe install Dart language automatically because Dart is dependency, or if it doesn't install, you can install manually by searching this Dart command. Okay, and then you need to install this as well. So once both the extensions are installed, you are good to go with this Visual Studio Code to run the Flutter application. Okay, now let's go and create one blank application first. So there are few commands are available. Let me show you how many commands are there. So once you hit the Flutter help, it will show you the list of commands which you can use to execute few things, right? So you can use this upgrade for upgrading the Flutter itself. You can check the version, you can generate the builds, and there are so many things you can do with these commands in the CLI. So as we also use doctor, right? So it says there's so information about the install to links. Okay, now this is the command which we are going to use to create the new Flutter project. So let's do that. Flutter create sample app. So it creates the few folders which are required to debug or install the application in Android or iOS. So once it is done, we will open this project in Visual Studio Code and then we will look at the further. Okay, so we are just going to the sample app, and if you see that ls, there are few folders are created. Android is for Android configurations and basic files which are required to run and debug the Android application, and same way for the iOS. And the lib is the main folder where all the Dart code is available. Okay, and this test is for testing the Dart application. Okay, now let's open this folder into Visual Studio Code. Open folder, then we will go sample app, open. Now if you are using the Mac OS, you can use this iOS simulator which I have already opened here. Okay, and which is already connected with my Visual Studio Code. So if it is not connected, don't worry. Once you open this simulator, it will be available while running the Flutter application here. Okay, so I'm closing it, and if I do go to this, and first we have to open one Dart file, so it automatically recognize that this is a Dart application, and it will allows us to run and debug. So once you click on run and debug, it starts running this application, and we will see the blank application in this simulator as well. So let's wait. So as you can see, this is launching this file on iPhone 11 Pro Max in debug mode. Okay, all right. So it might take a few minutes as it is first time. So once it is done first time, the second time you don't need to run this application again and again, because just you change any file, it will sync with this iOS simulator app, and the code will be reflected on the fly. Okay, so there will not be delayed. This will take time only first time, so don't worry about that. You can also add the configuration here like this, and now this launch.json file will be available in the project, as you can see here like this. So whenever you open this this project in the Visual Studio Code, Visual Studio Code will detect this launch.json, and the configuration will be available like this in this list as a Flutter. You can change the name if you want, and you can add more configurations for different type of projects. Okay, so that's how you can use. As you can see, Xcode build is done. Now this Xcode build is running into the IO simulator, so that is also done. Now it is simulating. Okay, so as you can see, this is the bootstrap application which is provided by, it is opening this Dart DevTools, which we are not going to talk about in this crash course. Okay, so as you can see, if you click on plus, it will increase the counter and it will show you the number. So as you can see here, the state is changing. So let me show you that. This is the main.dart, and here is this my home page widget, which is stateful widget, and in this there is a counter variable which needs change, right? So whenever you click on plus, it will change and it will increment by 1, right? So as you can see, increment counter is a function which will be called on the clicking on this floating button. Okay, now we are not going to look at this each and every line, because it has almost more than 70% line of code as a comment or document section. Okay, documentation. So we are going to remove everything here, and we are going to write from the scratch. Okay, so first we are going to import the material first. So package Flutter sorry, it's a mistake, material.dart. Okay, and there is a void function which you have to call to run this project. So it executes the run app function, and in which you need to pass the widget. So I am just passing that my, or maybe home, so, or my page. Okay, so currently I am just using this my page, and we are going to implement this widget here itself in this page. So class, then we are going to extend stateless widget. Okay, yeah, now we need to override the build method So as you can see here, if you hover this, it will show you that you need to have build context and you need to return the widget. So for now I am just returning the container as you see in the slide, right? Okay, now I'm saving that, and it said on implemented handling of missing static target. Okay, so here container cannot work directly. First should be a material app. Inside that we provide body, sorry, home, and here we can going to provide container, child, text, and here we are going to provide hello world. Let's save it and look at this, what happens. Sorry, it's yeah, here it is. Now you can see hello world here. Okay, so you can change the style of this text like this way. Style, it's a parameter which you can provide in the text widget, and you can provide the text style where you can change the font size. Currently I am provide 40, and it becomes the larger or it's smaller. Then you can also provide the color, and I can provide this colors dot white. sorry. Okay, so it changed to the white color. Now let's go and change this scenario. Now what I'm going to do here, instead of doing this, I'm just calling the home app. Here we are just going to build the basic main.dart where you can put some configuration, or maybe you can change the themes and everything, and we need to write the different files for the different widgets. Okay, so right now I'm going to change the scenario, and I'm writing this in the new file, and I'm calling it home.dart. Okay, and I'm just calling this. And if you are using this extensions, it provides shortcuts, like if you write st, and then you can see here create a stateful widget, create the stateless widget, and for now I am just going to use stateful widget. Okay, so maybe we can change it to full, but for now I'm just creating stateless. Okay, and I'm giving that name is home app. Okay, and as we are using the stateless widget, we need to import that material library here like this way, and instead of this child, we are going to use the same hello world. Okay, and then nothing will change once you import this state home app here as well. Okay, so as you can see here, sample app.home.dart is imported, and as you see, reloaded two libraries, like we changed two files, so two files are reloaded here, and the hello world text is available again. Okay, now instead of container, basically whenever you are writing a new page, most of the time you can use the scaffold widget, which provides us two things. First, app bar, where you can see you can write this title, then maybe hamburger menu, and then right side you can put some actions, right? So for that you can use the app bar parameters, and for content part you can use the body, and then you can also create the bottom navigation bar, like as you maybe have seen that you can provide few buttons here in the bottom, and you can navigate the users. Okay, so right now I am putting scaffold, and I am creating one app bar here, and for app bar it takes the app bar widget. You need to provide your title, and title, it's a text widget where you need to provide text. And in this project, in this sample application, we are going to use random word generator package, and we are building the random word generator here. So I'm giving this random word generator. Okay, so it's a title, and now you can see here this is the app bar, and this container is also available. This is called the body part, and it's all the theme which is inbuilt theme, and it's a default theme provided by the Flutter technology. Okay, so you can change it by adding some variables here in this my app. Okay, in this material app you can provide this theme here. As you can see here, you can change the theme, dark theme, theme mode. There are so many details are out there, but for this crash course we are not going to cover it, because this is something like customization in the any Flutter application. Okay, so we are just going to understand the fundamentals of this Flutter application, so we are not going to go in the deep with complex scenarios and complex widgets. Okay, so this is scaffold which we are going to use for this page, where we will have one title, random word generator, and maybe in second step we are going to have one button here, and we'll see that further. First let's go by one step. Now this app bar is available, and then body part, where you can create list view. Okay, you can provide children here, you can create container. In this case you can again child text C1, and just I'm copying it multiple times so you can see. Okay, as you can see, list is created here and it's scrollable. Now you can provide some CSS, not call it's a CSS, but it's a property you can provide here, like you can provide padding, age, and you can provide age insert.all and 10. So if you do this, if you copy it and provide all, it's changed the behavior of all list items, right? So that way you can build the list. Now what we are going to do here, we are going to use one inbuilt package, third-party package, which is called word generator. Let me show you that package. Random words, sorry, it's my bad. Random words package. Okay, so here it is. Sorry, one more time, I have just did the mistake. I just need to click this pub.dev link where you are going to have this dart package. So you need to install this random words. So how you can install that? So basically for all the packages you will see this installing tab where all the steps are there. So you just need to copy this and you need to paste it in the pubspec YAML file. So here it's a dependencies, and then after this Cupertino icons you need to paste here. Once you save it, it mostly automatically gets that package into this environment. So this is calling, and if it doesn't work automatically, then you will hit this button. This button is always there when the pubspec YAML is open. Okay, so you just hit this button and package will be installed. Now we need to restart this application. Okay, one more time. Now package is also there and we can use this package in our app. So we are going to add that package here, like import package random words, and here is the package which we are going to use. So basically this word pair, let me show you this here itself. So you can just go to the example or readme itself, so where you will see this random word pairs which generates the word pairs, and if you want only 5 word pairs then you can write this function dot take 5. When you call this take function, then only it will generate the pairs. Okay, so that's how we are going to use here. So as I said, right, so now we need to maintain the list and we are going to change that list running time on the runtime. So we have to convert this stateless widget to stateful widget. So once you click on this and you will see this yellow icon, and click on this and it will give you the option to convert this stateless widget to stateful widget. So just click on this and it will change it to stateful widget. Okay, so it changed it to 2 classes and created one state class and one is a normal class. Okay, now here we are going to create one list variable and we are going to call it suggestions. Okay, so that library will give us suggestions of the word pairs, and we are just initializing here and word pair, right, like this. So basically most of the time once you use this final keyword, that variable cannot be changed. But in the case of list and dictionary and set, so those kind of data structure provides us to change the items inside that list, inside that object. Okay, so in that case you can use this final keyword as well. Okay, now also instead of that list final you can use like this as well, like word pair. So this is also fine. Okay, so for now let's put it this way. Now, all right, what happens? Okay, so once you use this you don't need to provide here as well. What happened? What is happening here? Word pair not found. Why? It provides by word pair not found. Okay, maybe we have to restart this application whole, because that new package was added and that package is not available. So let me run this. Okay, so meanwhile this application is running, let me write something here. So in this case we added the containers as a child for this list view. So one container was a one row, so same way we need to write for the unlimited word pairs. So for that you can use different approach like list view dot builder. Okay, and let me reformat here. Instead of item builder you can use context and index. So basically this function provides us two variables, okay, context and index. So for each row this function will be called with the new index. So as you can see here, this is the list. So for C1 it will have 0 index. Then we are going to add one more separator here, so like this. So what I'm going to do here, if index dot is odd, so if index is odd we will return divider with z. Okay, so let me save this. So still this application is not running. So meanwhile, so what it happens when index is odd, you need to return divider. So whenever index is even, it goes further, and you need to create one more variable here like this way, index, sorry about this, okay, index, and like this. So it gives you the integer output of this subtraction, not subtraction, division. So let's suppose it's a 3, then 3 tilde slash 2, that means it provides the 1. Okay, now if I is there, what you need to do? First we have to check if I is greater than length of the suggestions. Sorry about this, we need to write the class here, suggestions dot, sorry I am making some few mistakes here, suggestions dot length. That means we had, let's suppose we had 100 suggestions in this list, and we are now going to 101th index. That means we are scrolling and scrolling and scrolling, and 101th first row is required to display. Then it will go inside this function, and we are going to add few more suggestions here. So suggestions dot add all, and we are going to call this one, this function here, like this. Okay, dot to list. So what, sorry, it's generate word pairs, yeah, this way. So what it does, it creates 10 word pairs, and we are going to convert that into the list, and we are going to add them into the suggestions. Okay, now further what we are going to do, we are going to return build row function, and which takes context as well as index. Okay, all right, not index but I. Now we need to create, just click on this and click on this icon. It provides us options to create method, class and function. So we are going to create the method here, build row, just hit the Windows Z. It provides us this ready-made blank method which we use to return the widget. So here we are going to return, for now I am just returning container and child and then text, and inside the text I am going to use suggestions is the list. Inside that we are going to provide the index and then dot as Pascal case. Okay, so let's see what it returns. Alright, so what it says, range error, invalid value, valid value range is empty, 0. Okay, okay, so first time when it comes it's odd, when it's even, alright, it should add this. So it says range error, index, invalid value, valid value range is empty. Here we do not require to change state, right? Suggestion should be built here. Something is wrong here. Somewhere we are missing something here. If odd, we are returning divider. Okay, yeah. So first time we need to add few words here. So init state, and you need to call it the same thing here. So it will create first time 10 words here like this. Okay, still there is some mistake, or maybe we need to provide his equal to, yeah, so there was mistake, so we must should have equal as well. All right, so as you can see now, if you scroll down continuously, it is building new words and showing and appending in the list. Okay, now to look this to make this list item beautiful, we can use one more inbuilt widget that is called list view. Okay, sorry, not list view, list tile. Okay, and in this list tile you can write title. So this is similar to this app bar widget. It has leading part, then the center part is a title, and then right side you can provide the actions. Okay, so here it is a list tile where you can provide the title, and if you click on this, now you can see this looks better, right? Very much better than earlier version. Cool, right? Now what you can do here, you can provide here a like or dislike, a like button, or maybe you can say a heart button. So when you click on this, it saves those word pairs, and we can show that saved word pairs in a different page. So that is our goal in this sample application. So let's create one icon for here. So what we are going to do here, trailing and icon button, then we are going to provide the icon property. So icon button is also a widget where you can create the button with only icon. So I'm going to provide inbuilt icon, that is icons dot heart. What was that? Wish list? No, favorite. Yeah, so it's called favorite. Right, and as this is icon button, it must have overridden on pressed method here. And for now I'm doing nothing, just putting as it is. And let me save this. You will be able to see all the heart icon buttons, or you can say favorite buttons for each and every list item. So when you click on this, it should save this and it should show red color, and if it is not selected, then it should show the blank icon. Okay, so for this particular thing, we need to have one more list where you can save all the saved words. What you need to do here, instead of creating list, we are just going to create the set of the list. So when you use the set data structure, it cannot have the duplicate suggestion. It cannot have duplicate word pair. So for that purpose, we need to use set. Okay, so favorite word pairs is equal to set of word pair, like this, and it should be a final. Okay, this time we are going different way, as this is set is a class which you need to create the instance of that with this kind of data type. Okay, so now we have this favorite word pairs. So what we need to do here, whenever we hit this favorite button, first we should check like this way, if suggestions of I is available in that list or not, right? So if it is available, that means it is already saved. So you need to toggle different way, like this. So favorite word pairs dot contains this word pair, then you need to remove it from this favorite word pairs. So you need to do reverse thing, so remove, and then like this, else you need to do like this. Okay, so this way it will remove or the add. So if I click on this, first it will check this word guard close is available in favorite word pairs. If yes, then it will remove it. If not, then it will add. Okay, now what I'm going to say that if you want to re-render this, when you click on this, it should change the color, right? It should make the red once you save that word, right? So for that purpose, you want to this re-render widget, and in that case you need to change the state. So once you change the state of any object, it automatically re-renders this widget. So for that purpose, you need to call everything this in this set state. Okay, so you just need to move everything inside this. Okay, one more thing. So this is conditional thing, right? So this favorite icon can have property color, but in this case, okay, let me make it, sorry about this, colors dot red. Okay, I am making it formatted, sorry about this again. Now for now it is red for all, but if you want make it dynamic, what you should have created, let me move this from here to here and create one thing, final is word pair saved. Okay, and just making it bool like this. Now this is boolean variable which you can use for making this color conditional. So like this, if it is true, then it should be red, else colors dot transparent, or maybe if you don't provide color, then the default color will be taken. So if I do this, let me save it. Sorry, yeah, here we need to check this like this. Now I am saving this and the file is loaded. Now as you can see here, if I click on this, If I click on this, right, so words are saving and not saving. So now instead of making this gray, I'm changing this icon as well dynamically. So if pair is saved, then we are going to use this icon, or we are going to use outline border color. So if I save this, now you can see it is a blank heart icon when it is not saved. And once you click on this button, it will save that word and the red color will be taken. So as you can see this, you can build this UI dynamically and with the changing the state of existing variables. Now what we want to do next, we will create one icon here, and once you click on that icon, it will navigate to the second page where you will be able to see all the saved words. So what you need to do here, you need to create one more class, or let me show you how you usually everyone approaches for that. So what is that button and where we need to write that code for that? So here it is the app bar where we have the title, and we are going to provide one actions where you can provide multiple icon buttons here. So I am creating one icon button, and then we are going to provide icon and icons dot list, and on pressed we are going to navigate. Okay, so let me save first, and as you can see there is a button available here now, and when you click on this, we should navigate the person into the second page where we want to show all these saved words. Now let me do one thing. First we are going to use the navigator widget, okay, dot push. Here we will have context and need to provide the route as well. So for the route, we have another widget which you can use, material app route. So what is that? Material page route. Okay, and you need to write one builder. Here it takes build context, right, and you need to return here widget. So for now I am creating one widget here, again scaffold and app bar where I am going to provide not actions but the title, text, saved word pairs. Okay, this way, this way. Let me save this, and if I click on this button, as you can see there is another page is built, and now you are navigated to the saved word pairs. Now you can hit on this button. It's a default behavior of this material app where you will have this back button in the app bar. You can remove it by modifying this leading, sorry, not in scaffold but in the app bar like this. You can change this leading parameter and this will be removed, or maybe you can add your own custom icon. Okay, so now as you can see this is everything is available inside the same page. Writing everything inside one page, you can write your own class like this. Here click on this and extract widget. You can name it like saved words, save it, and if you click on this, the whole class is available here now. Let me copy and paste into the different file, saved words dot dart, pasting here, and let me import this material library here. And as we move this class here, we need to import this library here as well. Now if I save this, and everything works as similar, right? Okay, now what we have done till now is just clicking on that, we are creating one blank page where we have nothing, right? Now you need to provide this list to this page. So how can we do this? So basically when you create a widget, you can write one more variable here, and first we need to write here final, and then you can call it saved words like this. As this is a parameter, you need to ask for like this list of word pair saved words. Why this is not imported? Okay, once you click on it and it is available now, what is happening? Okay, so if you don't want to write like this, you can click on this, and what's wrong with it? You need to accept at least one variable, right? Okay, sorry about this. Word pair and favorite words. Let me write this way, and if you hit on this button, add final field for a formal parameters here. If you see this, okay, so you need to write this dot. Okay, sorry about that, I just missed out. Okay, so you need to write this dot favorite words in this dictionary, so it will accept this keyword argument. Okay, now you can provide that here. If you hover this, it will say that you can pass the key and the favorite words. So key is an optional thing, but you need to provide favorite words. And for that purpose, as you can see here, we have this variable which is set. So you need to provide two list like this. So it will convert this variable set parameter to the list, and now this favorite words is available in this widget. Now you can use to build the UI using this favorite words list. Now app bar is available. Now we are going to use body parameter, and inside that we are going to provide one list view. Again, let me show you another widget that is called card. Okay, so here you can use the card widget, but before that, as you can see here, we have the list of these favorite words. So you need to build doing one for loop, right? So for that, what I'm going to do here, instead of making this children like this way, I am going to create one function build rows. Okay, and click on this yellow icon, create method build rows. All right, now inside this, first you need to create one list of widget and call it tiles and null. Okay, so I'm initializing the tiles which is going to return here as a children, and we are going to build these tiles by running the for loop. So for loop, and then final word pair in favorite words. Okay, inside the for loop, or you can call it this dot as well, because if you have any local variable, then it will be accessed before. If you click on, if you write this dot favorite words, then this favorite words variable will be used. Next, you need to write this First, what you need to do here, okay, tiles dot add, and inside that we need to write, as I said, I'm going to use one more widget that is called card. We are going to provide the colors dot maybe which color, anyway we can use the red color with different shades, so I can provide the shades of 100. Then we can provide the title, sorry about this, it has the, if you hover this it will provide you all the details which you want. So here shadow color you can provide, elevation, shape, then margin, clip behavior, and child. Okay, so here I'm going to provide child here, and inside the child we are going to use the text widget where we are going to provide word pair dot as Pascal case. Okay, all right, if I save this, sorry, once, yeah, so there is no error, then only it will be saved. Introduce was called on null. This dot favorite words is null. Is it so? So let's go and check in the home.dat. So let me restart this app. Let me save at least 2-3 variables and click on this. It says children is not equal to null. Okay, sorry. So what was the problem? We created the list tiles, but we didn't return it. So we need to return this tile like this. Okay, so once you save it, you will be able to see these cards, right? And what you can do here, instead of writing this text, you can create the padding like this way. Okay, so this is the another shortcut which you can use here. Just click on this yellow icon, you will be able to see you can wrap the same available widget with a different widgets. So if you don't know the widget, just wrap with widget and change that widget name. Then you can also write this with center, column, container, padding, row, and stem builder. For now we want to add padding. Okay, so I'm just padding it by 8 pixel for each side. If I save it, as you can see now, this card looking good, right? So you can add more. Okay, so 15 pixels are good. Now if I go back, if I remove this rock play, if I click go again, the rock play is gone. All right, so as we have seen both kind of widgets, one is stateless where you didn't change any state of any object, so we can use the stateless widget here. In the home we had state which we need to change, like favorite word pairs, so in that case we need to use stateful widget, right? So that's how we can build this application. You can also add bottom navigation bar, then leading icon. There are so many things you can do in this application. So these are the basic components we have used. You can implement animations here as well. So for this crash course I have scoped out everything which is complex and custom things which you want to build. So maybe in next videos I will be able to add them up. And after building this application, you can host this application by given steps by this Flutter dev website. Just go into the deployment, and if you want to deploy that application into the Android, then you can follow this step. If you want to build for iOS, then this, and for this. Okay, so for now that's it from this crash course, and please give some suggestions, feedbacks, because I know there are some mistakes I have made in this video, but that's fine. By mistakes only you can learn, right? So that's fine. All right, so that's it from this video and this crash course. Please add the comments whatever you if you need help or if you want to make suggestions. Thank you very much.